There are 7 keys to getting your first entry-level position in data science. The first key is you're going to find 10 ideal job descriptions in one industry. The reason being is that different industries have different terminology and tools that they use on their resumes and in their job description, and you want to tailor your resume for that. So what are we going to be looking for specifically? That's key number 2. You're going to ignore the job title. Yes, I want you to ignore the job title, and you're going to look at the years of experience. These days, people have senior data science roles with 2 years of experience. What they're really saying is, I'm not getting the quality of applicant I need fresh out of college or fresh out of boot camp people. I need people who were taught correctly and have done something so that I can get them to production as quickly as possible. And oftentimes they're just asking more technical questions in these interviews that are really actually basic. I have a senior position and I've applied for various different senior positions, and some of them I was like, this can't be a senior position because this is stuff I was doing as a junior. And so what's happened in the market is they're trying to get rid of people who are fresh out of entry level or boot camp because they don't know what a data science actually means because they're not teaching it in those things. So you want to ignore the job title, you want to ignore the job title, and you want to look at the years of experience. If you're new to the field, you want to look at something between 0 and 5 years of experience. Not above, not a minimum requirement, but usually it's going to say 3 to 5 or 2 plus or 0 to 1 or somewhere in there. You want to look in there, and then we're going to use that in order to basically improve your resume, whatever certifications you need, and your skills in order to land that job. And so you want to look at less than 5 years of experience. And a lot of companies are going to be flexible to hire you if you show that you have the skills to be able to do that job and that role. And so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to actually research the company, because this technique only works with a certain type of company. So you're going to go for quality over quantity. And so if you're on LinkedIn and you're just submitting your resumes to different companies, a lot of those companies are never going to hire you because they're old school companies, or they have a different understanding, like their industry is old school. So if you look at financial jobs, they're typically not going to hire a fresh entry-level person with no experience coming out of a boot camp who just looks great when you talk to them. A lot of them are looking for bachelor's and master's in math. There's a lot of qualitative expectations. And if you're just submitting your jobs and you're not thinking that you can actually get it, then don't waste your time. I often tell entry-level people to look at marketing agencies, get an analyst role, or if you have a biology or healthcare background, get one in that space. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But you want to research the companies. You want to understand, are these companies modernizing? Like, how technical is their website? If their website is coming out of the 50s, they're likely a bit more old guard, and you probably don't want to necessarily waste your time applying because they're going to be looking for old school specific things on your resume. You want to see, are they up on the new trends? What is the research going on? And you want to choose, of what you're seeing, those top 20 companies who have positions open, so that you can narrow down the field and the companies you're applying to so that you can have a higher impact and likelihood of getting that callback. And we'll talk about networking and using LinkedIn in order to connect to people in those hiring positions on those teams in a different video. So play towards your background. That's what I said before earlier, is you want to, and that's number 4, not counting here, but number 4 would be play towards your background. If you're looking for, tech is a career change. It is a career. It's a long run, like cross country. I didn't do sports, but my sister does. She does cross country. It's not a sprint. You're not trying to get to the finish line. You need to plan your first move. I love Patrick Bet-David. So if you've ever seen Valuetainment, he talks about your next 5 moves in business. You are your own business, even if you're an employee. So you need to think of your 5 moves for your career. I've already thought about what I'm doing in this next role that I'm in, or this new role that I'm in. I just switched from freelancing to and running like a small agency to employment. And I know my next 5 moves. Do you know your next 5 moves for your career? And what does that look like? And so this first move does not need to be the final move in your career path. You don't need your ideal position for your first role. You need to get in the industry, show a year of experience, and use that to leverage on for your next role. And that is often not what people want. They want their ideal role first. And I just don't live in that fantasy world. Get the role as you can, get through it for the year, and work up to that. People are always hiring tech people. There's always roles available. Even in this downturn, there are roles available. Plan it out. Play for your background. If you come from biology, go into biology. If you come from retail, if you were working in retail at, I don't know, Dillard's or Belk, and you want to apply for e-commerce, so say, hey, I understand the psychology of the customer. That is a selling point. You understand how people look, and you want to apply that to the e-commerce space and use your knowledge to help them optimize their web pages and A/B testing, because you're going to bring that level of psychology that a lot of analytical data scientists don't have. Sell yourself. Rephrase your skills into something new. And so play towards your background. Go into a similar field into that. You sold pizzas? Hey, you understand the rigidity, like applied to the corporate office at like Domino's. You understand Domino's in structure. You are working as a pizza person. You are doing X, Y, and Z. You understand what their customer wants. You're going to bring that to your data analyst skills. I'm just saying, leverage your resume. We'll talk about interview responses. That's going to be like the last video I do, because it's going to be longer than most of the other videos. But you want to do that. And so once you're researching these job descriptions, you have them. Your next step is really to use the language of the job description. And when I say use it, exactly copy and paste it and edit it. That is what you're going to do. Copy, paste, edit. And the reason for that being is you're in the military. Let's say, for example, you're transitioning out of the military. This happened to my brother, and I'm helping him do it. Actually, both my brothers are upskilling their jobs. One's a course creator. He's getting underpaid by at least 50% in the market because he didn't know what he was worth. And he has great experience in technology course creation. The other one, HR from the military. I said, look, we're going to find roles. I want you to see these roles, collected roles for them. I said, do any of these match what you've done? And he said, yeah, that's exactly what I did. The problem was on their resumes, it wasn't in the language that HR people were looking for. It was in the military language, or was it in the company language that he was used to using, the one who was in course development. And you want to specifically put it in the language of the industry that you're looking to go into. This is going to help the HR manager say, hey, this is exactly what I'm looking for. It matches what I'm used to calling things. And so you're just going to copy all the job descriptions, copy them, pick out the ones like for each position. Even if you were like a Domino's pizza person, find the job description for pizza people, and don't just say I did pizzas. You're going to find all the little things, and you're going to pull those out, and you're going to put it on your resume. And then you're going to say, hey, this isn't exactly what I did. You're going to edit some of the keywords in there, not the main ones, not the ones that look like they're part of the industry, but you're going to edit it. You don't want to just copy the exact HR thing, but you need to get through one, the AI tool, and two, the HR manager. And we'll talk about resume formatting in another video. But you're just going to put that out there. That's going to be your guidance for the next part as well, which is, can I get a quick certification in order to land this role? A lot of people, if you go into the data analyst role, which I actually advise, you might not like it, but it's the easiest role to get. You can sit in an Excel certification class or a Tableau certification class, put that certification on there, make a killer portfolio, and get hired very quickly. And we'll talk about networking from that perspective, like where to put these things. But you can do that, and you can hire quicker and transition into the data engineering role, transition into the data science role, get to a company where they have these roles available, and then you know they're going to be hiring in 1 to 2 years for another one, and they'll just put you in that role and hire back into your role. So you need to plan your moves for your career. And so the job description will help you know what tools are being used. If you're going into marketing, a lot of marketing companies use things like Portfolio, Active Campaign, all these things. And I find it useful because I used to freelance like marketing strategy and setting up dashboards for people. It's very useful to understand the tools that they have, because they're not going to find people that understand these tools. They're not going to find people who are on the site as like a partner or whatever. And so you level yourself up by taking that extra time to do a free certification in HubSpot. HubSpot has free courses everywhere. There's a lot of companies that use HubSpot, and you have HubSpot certification and it was on the resume. Then you're going to go 10 times further than someone who has nothing, who's just fresh out of college, they don't understand how to look for a job, and they're just submitting their resume everywhere. You don't want to do that. You want to be targeted and tailored to your role. And the last one is, once you get your resume set up, you're going to have links, and we'll talk about exactly what goes into your portfolio links, but the links are going to be on the resume, and we'll talk about that. But you want to have projects in the same industry as closely as possible, because the HR person doesn't want to go look at biology stuff. She's going to say, I wonder if this person has any background in this enough to do this role. And they're going to keep going down the list. They're going to find someone who sent in a marketing project to the marketing company. And so you want to have your portfolio, that's why you want it to be targeted, is you don't want to be looking at all the industries. You want to pick one or two, and you want to tailor your resume to go into that specific industry and show projects exactly like that, because the hiring manager or the recruiter are not technical people. They were given a list, often curated, because I've been on the back end of these things, often curated by the data scientist or the technical manager on the team, and they were told to go out and find these people. And they have over 400 people applying. They're just going to skip over you. So you want to make your resume seem like you're such a perfect fit, and really go from there. I'm gonna put in the job description, in the video description, I'm gonna put a link to my Airtable, and my Airtable is gonna have how I dump these job descriptions in and how I format everything so that I know what my plan and my studying is for. And you can just click on that and go through what I'm talking about and use it and copy it for yourself. I get no money from that. I think they give you credits, like if someone uses your link to set up an account. That's about it. If you already have an Airtable, I won't get anything, but I like Airtable because it's pretty and it makes things easy to look at. All right, so stay tuned for my next video. If you look in the job description, keep saying job description, but if you look in the video description below, you'll also find out more about what I'm doing. I'm setting up a portfolio sprint, and you can also talk to me, and there's links for all of that. So the video, subscribe, and I'll talk to you next video.